The greatest creepypastas are always the ones that have an aura of realism to them. I've brought it up, if you say something about a scary video or cryptid with enough confidence, it's bound to make people believe it's real. The Rake, Pokemon Creepy Black or Lavender Town, Normal.com, the Russian sleep experiment. Experiment pastas especially can fool people. Most internet dwellers at the time took anything at face value when it was written like a Wikipedia article. So why then did the harbinger experiment choose not to go in that direction? The story is written from the perspective of a scientist, let's call him Victor. Victor loses his job for stealing medication and in the search for a new job is contacted by the mysterious Dr. Zimmerman. Based on the story, here's my rendition of what he looks like. Zimmerman is attempting to prove the existence of the supernatural by conducting an experiment out in the middle of nowhere, Alaska. In a deep dark underground compound, he locks 3 test subjects in 3 different chambers, and then he chants in an evil cult language and summons a demon, and the demon possesses a guy and kills a bunch of the scientists, and it plays Living in the Sunlight by Tiny Tim because Tiny Tim is scary. Victor is the only survivor, and he can still hear the song, and he warns us that the demon is still out there, and it's gonna get you too. Like the British sleep experiment, this story commits the cardinal sin of having a cartoonishly nefarious mad scientist as one of its central characters. Not only that, but the inclusion of nondescript demonic chanting and possession isn't doing the story any favors. It doesn't read like a horror story, rather an intro for some shovelware first-person shooter game. The subject matter is too unbelievable, and the author doesn't describe it in any scary way. It reminds me of the things you read in school when you learn about early science fiction. I call the main character Victor because it's written like Frankenstein from 1816. The main character is like, oh, that accursed beast twas unleashed upon the world. And buddy, it's 2011. Imagine if the Russian sleep experiment was written in first person with named characters and the author describing how mortified he was at every turn. It wouldn't be as effective or well remembered. Would have been another random horror story. There are interesting things about Harbinger, like the way the experiment compound is set up being this weird, winding mess of hallways. Details like that could have been eerie if you described them differently. The Tiny Tim song is a weird choice. I get that his voice can be creepy to some people, but there's no reason some random demon would have that playing. The author just thought it was creepy and put it in their story. It's not even one of the creepy ones, it's the one they play in the SpongeBob pilot. Get out of here. After reading the story, I was debating scrapping this episode and doing Polybius instead.
This game apparently caused odd reactions to the people who played it, so hey, I'm the gamer from Mars and this is the Polybius theory.
I decided not because A, I already invested time into Harbinger, and B, I don't think I'd be prepared to watch the Polybius movie.
You think this game
Episode of The Simpsons entitled Please Humor Don't Hammer M. Bart is playing in an arcade, and in the background there's a Polybius machine with the words property of US government stamped on it.